This is weird. Nothing is working. What is happening? Ah, is there audio? Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Wait. Okay, it's working. Hello, everybody. Hello, Stardust. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late, but nothing is working today. Is the music too loud? Is the background music uh okay? Or is it too loud? Okay, so it's loud for me. There's music? Can you guys hear it? Wait, what about now? Can you hear the music? Okay, so I'm a little bit late because a little a little happy accident happened, which is actually not a happy accident at all. Um, I was about to start streaming. I was bringing my stuff to my brother's room because, like I've said before, I actually stream from my brother's room, from my brother's computer, because my computer is really bad, slow and stuff. And I left the Apple Pencil. I left my pencil because, as you guys may know, I draw with an iPad and an Apple Pencil, which is first generation. And I left my Apple Pencil in the table. It wasn't in the corner, but it was like near the corner because it was next to the keyboard. And when I left it there, it kind of rolled out to the floor. So it fell to the floor, and then the tip broke once again. Like two streams ago, my tip broke because I dropped the pencil to the floor, really like violently. And this time it wasn't with violence because it was an accident. So it fell to the floor and it broke in two, and then half of the tip was stuck in the pencil and I couldn't get it out of the pencil, so I couldn't start streaming. And luckily I remembered, yeah, again. Yeah, once again, luckily I remembered that when I bought the iPad with the Apple Pencil, I never got to use the Apple Pencil replacement, like the tip replacement that comes with the Apple Pencil. I straight up bought new replacements, but I didn't buy the original ones because they were sold out everywhere. Uh, so I had to buy alternative replacements, and when they fall, they just break. So the pack of two that I bought, I already broke the two of them. So yeah, rip pen part two. And then when I found the other tip, which is the original one that came with the box, the replacement one, because the other one is pretty old. The original one is pretty old, and you can feel like the metal bits of it. Um, and the thing is like when I did set up everything, I wanted to start streaming. The layouts weren't working. As you guys could see in the beginning, the animations were not working at all. And I don't know why they are not working, which is kind of weird. It's the first time that it happens to me. uh, don't worry, Angie. I'm late too. So, yeah. What did I miss in the chat? How do I do my backgrounds? Some of them I export them 3D, and some of them I draw them myself. This one that I have right here, I drew myself, but it is based on a 3D background that I. Uh, it is a 3D background that I did purchase some time ago, but I modified it because it is the room that I use for everyone. So I use the same room and I just modify it and move things around. Like change the bed sheets and stuff. But the window that you can see is actually not part of the model. It is a self-drawn window. I think I should have the window around here. Wait. Which one? This one. So this window was inspired by like the reference that I use is a picture that I found on Google of just a random room, and I based like the window setup in that. So this is all like hand drawn. Like I made it myself, as you can see. Like you have all the elements. Of course, there's things that I didn't draw myself. For example, this plant right here, it is from a brush. I have a brush for that. Is in vegetation, I think. Is it? No. I have it in backgrounds. Yeah, here. It is this plant, but I modified it. Like as you can see, the leaves are kind of similar, and the pot is also kind of similar. The plate is the same, but I did like draw over it, so it did change a little bit. Um, the books are 3D models. Um, as you can see, I have a book here. So I just like move the book around and then like rasterize it and made it like thinner. So the original book is this one from here. That's the original book, and the other ones are modified. Um, and then the plants in the background, like in the window, are from a brush. The plants in here are from a brush that I have right here. It is called eucalyptus. Eucalyptus something. But it looks like this. So you basically just like go around and then like make it darker, change the hue, uh, lower the saturation. Ah, what did I do? Crap. Lower the saturation, then blur it a bit with Gaussian blur or with the blur brush, and it would look like the ones that I have. And the other things are hand drawn and hand painted, so there's like not much science in there. So yeah, that's like a self-drawn window, and actually like several backgrounds that I have in this episode have that window. Not in this page, in a different page, in the actually the next page, I believe. Um, yeah, in the next page, there's several backgrounds with the same window. So I did spend some time drawing that window because I knew that I would have to use it several times. If not, I would not like spend so much time doing it. And then for the sheets, uh, there's actually sheets beneath that, I believe. Oh, there's not. There's really not. Because I believe this is the original background. Okay, this is the original background. Gonna show you. This is the original background that is underneath. It looks like this. It's a 3D model that I did purchase and I did edit like to fit the layout that I wanted. Um, Other backgrounds that I did export from this same edit that I did do have the bed sheets, but this one I wanted to do with the blank bed sheets because I knew that I was going to modify it over and it was like not going to be necessary to have the other blanket. So yeah. So that's basically the process of making that background, this background. I hope that answers your question. Your brushes are so messy. My brushes, some of them are messy too. For example, the coloring brushes, there's like a lot of brushes that I don't remember at all how do you use them or why I downloaded them. But I have my main ones. For example, lately I've been painting with this one, but not in the comics. Well, we could have a brush tour in the future, but most of them I don't actually use. And for the materials, I have to have them organized because I have a lot of them. So if I don't have them organized, then I'm gonna be all day like searching, like trying to find where they are. So I try to be really organized in that sense. So yeah. Hello, Kina. Hello, Sasha. Hello, Frank. You're a little bit late. What did you miss? You missed the little story about how I broke my Apple Pencil tip once again after just 2 weeks of breaking the first one. So, a little bit of desperation right there. What else did you miss? An explanation of how I do backgrounds? Or at least this one in specific. I don't draw all of my backgrounds. A lot of them are just 3D. Um, but this one in specific, I did draw the window. By the way, my my voice is a little bit raspy today because yesterday I did talk a lot, and I haven't talked so much in like since the last stream, which was like 2 weeks ago. So my voice is a little bit wasted. It was worse yesterday night, but now it's a little bit better. It is also a little bit tired because I've been practicing the songs that I want to play for the next singing stream. Well, not I'm actually not practicing those ones in specific. I'm practicing new ones, well, which I should be practicing the ones that I'm going to stream, but I don't. Brushes sound complicated. They actually are. I'm actually not good at using different brushes. Why is my eye blinking? So excited for the next singing stream. I'm excited too. I'm happy that you're excited as well. Excited as well. There's some songs that I'm really excited to play for you. But I still haven't decided the final song list. So I think I'm gonna see the day before how my, or just in the same day, what my voice condition is in that day, because if it's good, hello Luna, if my voice condition is good in that day, I could afford to sing a little bit like higher songs, and if it is not, then I have to change some songs or just not sing them and sing different ones. So yeah. But yeah, several songs that I'm really excited to play because I've been really into them lately. So yeah. And plus, like I said yesterday, I did find kind of like a amp karaoke. Like it's an amp, but like you generally use it for a karaoke, or at least that was like that was the objective for which my mom purchased it, and I don't know why she did because we never use it. Um, and I did find it, so it's pretty exciting, and I want to like try uh using that one next time. I mean, it's not like you guys will notice a big difference because the microphone is still going to be the same pretty much. It is a mixture of a really cheap microphone that I have and my brother's headset's microphone. Um, but what it changes is that with that amp, I'm able to hear myself better. And that way I don't have like to force my voice. If I don't force my voice, then I can sing better, I guess. So I'm pretty excited for that. Plus, it like makes it look and sound more professional in my mind. Uh, hello, Ayer. Why are you mentioning Pinochet? So funny how I also finished my lines yesterday and now I'm in the phase of colors. I actually haven't finished the lines. I'm in the last page, but I'm doing like the colors for this page in specific so that I don't have to spoiler you guys so much in the story. Um, because in the second half, I want it to be like a surprise. So yeah. So yeah, I haven't even painted all of the base colors of page one. I mean, if you guys see the screen, you're going to see page three, but that is actually page two because page one is what happened last episode. So yeah. Any advice for drawing backgrounds? Use 3D backgrounds. I hate drawing backgrounds. Like I really do hate drawing backgrounds since like a long time. I remember I did talk about it a while ago, but it was like um a lot of streams ago. I don't remember which one, but there was like this dude that is famous in my country that he used to teach how to draw in a manga style on TV. Um, he will wait. Let me mute my phone because he's annoying me. So he was a comic artist from my country. He I don't know if he still does it, but like from a very long time ago, he's a comic artist from my country, really renowned one. But it's not like he was renowned because his work was specifically known for a lot of people. He was specifically renowned because back in the days there used to be like 4 p.m. anime shows with anime specific theme topics and like interviews and like people that would talk about it. And one of them was this guy that would like appear and teach like the younger kids how to draw basic stuff. And when I grew up, he was like one of my first influences of how to draw and stuff. And when I grew up, I actually had the chance to meet him and to go to one of his kind of courses, like kind of seminar, but it wasn't. Like it was a 1 day thing, and it was a yearly thing. So you didn't really learn too much, but you had the chance like to get some small tips on stuff and show your work to him so that he can like give you feedback and stuff. Back then I was still in high school, and I went and I did show him the like webtoons. Well, no, not webtoons. Back then you didn't have like webtoon. Um, I did show him like the little manga comics that I was doing. I actually used to for a long time. Yeah, like a workshop, a 1 day workshop. Um, I I used to like fold office paper, like office white paper in half, and I would draw on them as if they were like a little book. And that's how I used to do like comic mangas back then. And I would draw on them and show it to my friends. And my friends would like read it, and I don't know why they told me back then that they were good, when if you read them they were really cringe, like super cringe. But I did enjoy doing them. I did enjoy like making them weekly and like showing it to my friends, and they would like give me feedback and be excited for what would happen next. And that's like pretty much how I develop love for making comics and stories. Well, the thing is like I showed my work to this comic artist, to this guy, and he said that like my work was pretty good, but I had to work on my backgrounds because most of the backgrounds were white. And that's true. Most of the backgrounds, like 90% or 95% of the backgrounds, were no backgrounds at all. So that's how I work it back then. And that's because I've always hated doing backgrounds, and up to this day I still hate doing backgrounds, and I'm I'm actually not good at them. But like when I discovered the existence of 3D models to use them in comics, they changed my life. For real, they changed my life. So if you can use 3D models, and I'm not saying like that is just use them and that's all, because there's still theory that comes from it. Like you still have to use perspective and adapt like your drawing to the 3D models, and it doesn't fit like all styles, but it does help a lot. um, and it doesn't also have to mean directly that you're only going to use those 3D models directly. You can modify them, you can like use them as a base or as a reference, uh, and that will make your life pretty much easier compared to just like freehand them every time, which also use a lot of time. um, and like doing comics is already time consuming, so you don't want to like use all your times in backgrounds. um, that's one. And the second tip would be that you don't have to, again, you don't have to do it out of imagination. You can use you can use reference from Google and stuff and try to change the perspective. So, for example, that window that is here that I did show you earlier, that one is made from a Google image that I found, um, that I like use as a reference and like inspire myself in that. But it's just the window part because I was looking for a window for a small room and I couldn't picture it. Uh, and I did really like that one, so I use it like as a reference. And then um, I kept using it in this episode. So yeah. And also, when you're using like 3D models and stuff and reference, it actually improves like your ability to work on perspective and to work on backgrounds by itself, which is like generally what happens in anything related to drawings and stuff, because when you use reference you are learning, except uh if you like straight copy it and don't like think about the process of it, then you're not going to learn. But if you try to learn while you're drawing and using reference, then you can improve your what I was saying, your ability to work on perspectives and backgrounds. So compared to what I used to like, how I used to do backgrounds and how bad I was at them, I feel like I've improved and my sense of perspective as well. But there's still a long way to go, man. There's still a long way to go. I still hate it so much. Like, it's just, I just hate doing backgrounds, man. I wish I could just pay someone to make the backgrounds for me, but like to export them and stuff. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, for real. Yeah, that's pretty much all the tips that I can give you that I can think of right now. And I hope that like it helps, because I know how hard backgrounds can be. And I know like how time consuming they are too. So yeah. Um, it's a meme song, really? I've never heard about that song. No, I haven't heard it before. And my man look good with those clothes. It's just his uniform, but he does look good, doesn't he? He looks so good in school uniforms. It makes me want to like. Lately, it really makes me want to draw a full-fledged high school kind of story. But I know that I would get bored pretty easily if I did that. So yeah, not gonna happen. But I do like, from my other comic, He's Not a Good Man, uh, the character design of the universe from their past self, because the story is not focused in the past rather than in the present, but they have a design for when they were younger, and it actually appears in the first episode and it's going to appear more in the future. But that design in specific I really like, and I want to draw it so bad. Let's go. So yeah, it's kind of sad that I don't have like more chances to draw the characters in their uniforms. Oh my god, I I messed up in here. Okay, it's fixed. I just didn't see that little patch that I forgot to that I forgot to paint. I don't think the stream today is going to last too long. I'm just gonna. Well, if I keep talking and not working, of course it's going to last long. But I'm just working in this single page, in the base colors, and that's pretty much like really fast. So I don't think it's going to last as long as yesterday. And actually, yesterday it did last pretty long, didn't it? Like I did take longer than I usually do for the lines. I usually take just only like 2 hours per page, in the lines, and this time I talked like 3 hours. So that's because I was talking too much. So yeah. Um, he be looking swagger. Does he? Really? Yermit? You Ormit? I mean, you can have Jun. I'm gonna have Jay for myself. It's pretty funny because when I started um writing blank, I actually wrote um I actually wrote June. No, not June. Lu. I actually wrote Lu, and designed like his looks as like my ideals, like black hair, uh, male lead, with a serious kind of personality. And right now, I actually like Jay more than Lu, but actually, it's also because I barely have like shown anything about Lu because it's not time yet for that. But Jay's personality is just my favorite. I just love him so much. I love like drawing him. Do you do you know any free 3D model programs? Hello D. Yes. I use Homestyler. That one is free. But I don't like it so much because the backgrounds don't look like so crisp and stuff. But you can actually use SketchUp for free. There is the web version of SketchUp, which is free to export, and you can modify some things, but it's not like as permissive as, for example, the pro version, because the pro version gives you the option of modifying the shadows and stuff, like the opacity of the shadows. Um, but it is still a great option. For example, I believe 2 episodes ago I was using the web version because my brother had restarted resetted everything from the computer, so I lost every software, and for the meantime I was just using the web version because I was in a hurry. I It's actually pretty good. Like it's good enough. There's not much to miss about the the prop version besides like the ability to modify the shadows, like the opacity and stuff. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Well, and the exporting option is pretty shitty as well, in the sense that you have to like go back and change the size every time, which is it's just a pain in the eye. Let's say in the eye. My cats are giving me a stink eye. Oh, talking about eye. That's a school uniform. I thought it was a suit. No, no, it's a school uniform. It's like a flashback from when they were in school. What kind of program do you use to draw? This is Clip Studio Paint, CSP Clip Studio Paint. Specifically, this one is the iPad version, but the iPad version is pretty much the same than the computer version for real. A lot of people don't like it because of that, but like it's pretty okay. It's pretty much the same than using it in the computer. It's just that my computer is so laggy that I prefer to use my iPad. Like I could basically use my brother's computer to draw, but the thing is like I would have to download all my materials from my iPad to the computer, and also register the software on my brother's computer, which would use one of my licenses, and I actually don't know if I already use both of them because I had to restart, like reset my one of my computer one time when I was changing the specs and the RAM and the SSD, and I had to reinstall the software. So I don't know if that would count as using a license for a different device, because you can use it for two computers, I believe, for two different computers. You can use the license twice. So I don't know. But yeah, this is Clip Studio iPad version, which is pretty good. I like it a lot. I mean, don't if you, for example, for people that have iPad, uh and don't have like the money to pay for the subscription, then you can also use like other softwares. For example, Procreate is pretty good. Of course, CSP does save you a lot of time when you talk about comic creation, but if it's just illustration, then things like Procreate should be fine. But what I like about CSP compared to other programs, compared like to Photoshop or Procreate, is that you can modify the stabilization of your pencil in the brushes in CSP, which is pretty nice for people that don't have a good hand pressure, such as myself, and that get super anxious about like doing lines. It does help a lot when you increase the stabilization of the lines. I generally work between um, 20 to 30 in stabilization, which is pretty high. I think this one is 35. This one is 35 actually. So yeah. So stabilization for me is really important. That's why like I don't mind spending a subscription even though it's so expensive. Like, do this just the price you have to pay yearly is just makes you cry every time, or at least it does for me. I remember at the beginning of the year, I had forgotten that I had to pay the subscription, and then one day I woke up and it said like your subscription was renewed, and that I had like paid the subscription and stuff. And it's not like I was not going to pay it anyways. I was going to, but just seeing the money that I had to use for it, it was like, ah, my my heart, my wallet. It was painful. I'm seriously in love with your hairstyle. Thank you so much. How do the single-purpose tablets like Cinti compare to iPad for drawing? Um, well, for an iPad, you have everything in the iPad. Like the iPad is pretty smooth. The latency is pretty good as well. Like it's pretty low, and you can barely feel it. Like you really don't notice it. Like how low it is. Like it really feels like you're drawing on real life. There's still a little bit of latency, but it is not like so important that it affects you when you're drawing and stuff. And for example, I didn't notice the latency until just recently. I went to the mall with my brother because he wanted to try the iPhone 12 because he was going to purchase it, which he did. Um, and I got to try the the new iPad with the Apple Pencil from the second generation, and it feels so smooth, so smooth. It felt so good that when I went back to my own pencil, I did feel the latency, but it's really not that high. Like there is nothing to compare. I mean, there's nothing to complain about it, in my mind, in my opinion. Um, so when you have an iPad, and I recommend an iPad Pro, you have like everything there. Like it depends of the iPad, how the performance is going to go, like the latency and how the software is going to go and stuff. While where you have when you have a Cintiq, or you have like a native tablet specifically for drawing, um, it really depends of your computer. For example, I have a Gaumon tablet, which in my opinion is pretty good. The latency is not that much, although it is a little bit more than, for example, an iPad. Um, the problem of it is that the performance of my computer affects a lot in how the tablet is going to perform as well. So if you want a native tablet, you have to make sure that you have a good computer that can back it up and that can work with it. But if you don't have a good computer and you don't have a good tablet, then I would suggest you to invest in an iPad. That is like everything in one. So yeah, that's pretty much the difference. But also the size is pretty important. For example, an iPad is better for someone that wants to work in different spaces, like moving around. For example, when I bought my app, my iPad, that's what I wanted to say. When I bought my iPad, the objective of it was not to replace my tablet. It was actually to take my work with me to a coffee shop like Starbucks and stuff, and to draw outside because I was getting tired of being in my house all the time. And that was back in 2019 when we didn't have like these stupid virus and stuff. Um, but at the beginning of the year, because like at the end of the year was kind of, there was not lockdowns, but there was concerns already. And uh, the benefits that an iPad gives you is that you can like move around. For example, if you want to draw in your bed because you're sick, you can draw in your bed without having to move all the cables and like connect your computer, because like of course it's going to run out of battery if it's a laptop. If you have a desktop, you have to work in front of it. Um, and like a tablet, a big tablet like a Cintiq or a Gaumon, it has a lot of cables, which is annoying. So if you want to use it, you also have to move all those cables, which is just it's just so annoying. I kind of don't like June's face in this one. Why is it? You know what? I don't care. I just I don't care. I want to finish this quickly, to be honest, because there's a lot of panels this episode. Well, it's not that much, but it's like more than I generally do, and I'm really bored of this episode for how long it has taken me to finish it. Um, it did it did not paint everything. Damn it. But yeah, so that's pretty much like the difference. The latency is one thing, but it is also important to be mindful of the specs that your computer has, because for example, for myself, I did invest quite a lot. Well, it was not that much compared to a Cintiq, but it is still a lot of money. I did invest money in my Gaumon tablet, and at the end, my computer was lagging so much that in the end, it was annoying. Well, I still need needed a replacement back then. I'm pretty sure I couldn't afford an iPad back then because I bought my own iPad with my own money and my own tablet with my own money that I earned. So I didn't have money back then to buy an iPad when I got my Gaomon. And at the beginning, it was working pretty decently. But the problem with my computer is that even though it is not especially laggy, it does have like some stutters. Like you can be drawing a line, for example, you're going to be wait, wait. You're going to be like drawing a line, and then suddenly the computer will stutter and it will cut. So you could be like this, and then it suddenly cuts, and it was pretty annoying. Like it did stress me out a lot back then. So when I got my iPad and those issues kept occurring, in the end I was just like so annoyed with that I stopped using my computer to make comics, and just I started to only use my iPad as my main tablet. So yeah, so it wasn't like something that I had planned to do. It is something that occurred naturally because of my circumstances. A priest and a rabbit walk into a bar. The rabbit says, I think I'm a typo. I don't understand. I didn't understand. What do you mean? Didn't understand the joke. Low latency is probably more important for a note taking rather than drawing. No, it is really important for drawing as well. Like really, really important because latency is really annoying when you're drawing. Like it makes you draw in a way that it is not as natural. For example, I used to have high latency with my old tablet, but also my old computers because I had crappy computers all my life. Um, because when I used to have a desktop, and that one was so slow that when you started the computer, when you booted it up, it would froze, like it would freeze, and you had like to uh, restart it and like try to be the fastest as you can to close all the unnecessary window processes that sometimes Windows has. And it became so slow at one point that it just wouldn't start no matter what. It would just freeze in at the beginning. So I had to buy myself, like when I had my first work, which was helping my mom in her restaurant, in her business. I started like to earn a little bit of money, which was very, very little. I knew that I was being scammed, but like I was in 8th grade and I didn't know any better. So I saved money and I bought myself a netbook. It wasn't even a notebook, it was a netbook. And it was pretty bad, like it was really, really bad. But it was like the first computer that I had bought to myself. And that one lasted me until from 2010 to 2015 till it just broke because of my cousin, because he broke it. um so I was pretty used to drawing in a pretty high latency, and I always felt that the way that I used to draw digitally didn't represent the way that I draw on paper. So I didn't feel like I was drawing naturally. Like it didn't feel like me. I I only got to feel like a sense of drawing naturally when I got my iPad. It was a little bit closer with the Gaomon tablet, but it wasn't as close as, for example, an iPad. So latency and how close you feel from your pencil to the screen does help a lot in like how natural it feels to draw, because it's really important to that it feels natural for you to draw. It's kind of hard to explain until like you go through it, but I think you could explain it in the same way with writing. If you don't feel like when you draw in high latency that it feels like your own writing, and even if you write in low latency, if it doesn't feel like your own writing, well, it feels the same for an artist. It's hard to get used to that feeling of drawing digitally, or at least that's how it has been for me. And it took me quite a while to get used to uh, drawing in a digital form and feel like it was my own drawing, if you know what I mean. Not that I don't like it. Wait, I'm gonna turn on the lights. Okay, I'm back. Hello, kitty girl. It sounds like so flirty to say hello, kitty girl. Like it sounds like flirty. I don't know. You working on your webtoon as well? That's nice. Let's work together. I think you're not the only one. Well, besides me, I mean, it's nice like that we can all work together. Feels like a little a little manga house, like my dream is kind of being a comic or manga or webtoon artist that can have like their own office, or at least like my house. um well, not a house but like a place, and I can like hire assistants and have them like work with me in the same house, and that they will come and stuff, uh, as you would go to work to an office and stuff. That's like my dream. It's a little bit silly, like silly little simple dream that I have, but it sounds in my mind it looks so good. Like a lot of manga artists do that, and I want to reach the point where I can do that as well. Um, so yeah, wouldn't that be cool? But like right now in the form of a stream, you can like kind of do that, but like in a way that is like remotely, like from different places, but you're at the same time working in something. You also drawing while watching? Nice. We all drawing together. Isn't that cool? Or at least that I find that cool myself. Like I said before, I never got to draw with, well, not never, like of course you would draw with other people in art class, and I used to go to art club. It was a club, but it's not like they teach us anything. We basically could do whatever we wanted. Like literally, we could do whatever we wanted in the club. If you want to pay with watercolors, you can pay with watercolors. If you want to pay with oils, you can pay with oils. And the teacher wouldn't teach you anything. It was just a space where you could go and do art, which was it's pretty awful actually. Art classes in my school were pretty bad. I did learn nothing from it, like nothing at all, like, or at least nothing really useful that I didn't know from before. And I'm probably not going to paint in classical styles either. So yeah, my art classes in school did help me um, in any way, like nothing at all, like zero, cero, nada. Rabbi is basically a Jewish priest. Oh, I get it now. I get it. I get it now. Or just outsource your work. Well, basically having assistants is outsourcing your work, isn't it? Like you can have background assistants, and you can have color assistants, and you can have line assistants. So you can pretty much have assistants for everything at all. And that's pretty much outsourcing your job, which would be so cool. Like the only reason I want to get featured is so that I can afford paying assistants to help me, and I can write like draw faster, and get episodes faster, so that I can like keep moving in the story and like just finish it. Like, it's been since 2018 that I'm drawing this, which is like this is the third year that I'll be doing blank, and I'm still in episode 30. Well, I've have taken a lot of hiatus in the middle because of life, but still, if I didn't have hiatus, I still wouldn't be able to probably do weekly updates, except if I make like shorter episodes, or like don't care so much about the details, but like my OCD won't let me. My perfectionist side won't let me. A lot of people love drawing while listening to this. Yeah, that's really nice. Well, that's actually kind of the objective of this stream, isn't it? Not meaning that you can only be in this stream if you draw, meaning that the stream is called Draw with Me. So you basically uh uh if you've never been in here and click on that because of the title, then it makes sense that you're drawing with me. So yeah, my sister is my color assistant, manager, editor, and scenarist, and I'm doing the drawings, and it really helps me a lot. Wow, that's awesome to have someone that can help you. I really need something like that, but like at the same time, it's like I cannot really share a lot of my earnings since they are not like that much. Well, it depends in the month, really. It goes from month to month. But I used to have a color assistant. He would do like the job that I'm doing right now, which is just painting base colors without shadow or anything like that. Um, but like after the hiatus, I didn't pay him anymore. Of course, I didn't pay him. I was not working at all. So after I came back, since I kind of burned all of my savings in the little long break that I took last year, um, I cannot afford to pay someone right now to help me. So yeah, so I'm just doing everything by myself in the moment, which is not bad. Like actually, while base colors do someone doing your base colors does help a lot. It's not that it saves you so much time. Like at most, it saves me one day, just one day, because they are pretty easy to do. But the thing is, like my friend, he was not actually an artist. He was just a friend that at the time didn't have a job, so I just offered him like to help me out while he was looking for a job. And since he's not an artist, then he was pretty slow at doing colors and stuff. But it's not like it requires a lot of technique and knowledge to be able to just fill in the colors. So it was still nice to have a little bit of help, even if it's just a simple task like base colors and stuff. do 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 do. This is pretty nice mix. This is my first time listening to it. This is a pretty nice mix. It is a synth wave, Nintendo remix, which is pretty nice. I really like it, like the vibes, the synth vibes, plus the songs that we all love from Nintendo. Wait, I'm gonna actually erase it in a mask layer instead of directly in the layer, so that I can modify it later if I need to. Because I can just go back and do this. How long does it take me to make an episode? Well, if I don't have any setbacks and only work in the episode every day, probably 10 days. But generally it takes me like 2 weeks because other things that I have to do in the middle, or well, yeah, things from life that I have to do, like helping my mom, and what is happening? I don't have the hand selected. Wait, I can just do that. Okay. No, that was the last song. That was the last song. Animal Crossing or Nintendo Lo-Fi. Animal Crossing. Wait, then we've been 1 hour already in the stream, haven't we? Wait, where's the chat? You gotta go. Oh, that's sad. But thank you for coming anyways. It's always nice to chat with you, Angie. I hope to see you next also. Um, you hope that I get featured? Thank you. I really hope so too. One day, maybe, probably. I don't know, but I hope so. I have faith in myself. I don't know. Enjoy your day. Have a nice I don't know if it's evening or day or afternoon or night for you, but like yeah. And eat your meals. How do you learn to draw hands? You copy hands from real life. Like, for example, what I would do before, it was like looking at my own hand and trying to copy it. And in class, when I did go to class, whenever I was distracted, I would like look at people's hands and draw them. But you have to do it quick so that they don't notice that you are actually drawing their hands or staring at them, which has happened to me. And also, there's a lot of like Pinterest hand references. I really recommend you to, like, if you struggle with hands, I really recommend you to check them out and try to find a style of hands that you like and try to imitate them. Try to imitate them and try to learn like the basic structure of the hand and stuff. But it is a long way. Like, it's a lot of it's not easy. I used to struggle a lot with hands. I used to hate drawing hands actually. When I was younger, when I was in school, and hated drawing backgrounds as well. Well, I still hate drawing backgrounds, but I used to hate drawing hands as well, so I would like always just draw faces, like from the neck up or from the bust, bust up, chest from the chest up, and not draw hands at all, or just like hands in the pockets or in the back, things like that, just to avoid drawing hands. Uh, but then, of course, if you want to draw comics, you have to kind of learn to draw hands constantly. So I force myself into practicing hand drawing. Like, I mean, like literally hand drawing, not drawing by hand, but like drawing hands. Um, and actually, because of that, um, I developed like a love for hands, and not just for drawing hands. I really like drawing hands now. I didn't used to. I hated them, but now I really love drawing hands. But now I developed like, well, not now, but like a few years already that it has been this way. Um, I kind of developed an obsession for hands. For example, if I like a guy, he has to have good hands, or I would like them less. It's kind of like it's not an obsession, okay? It's not an obsession. It's like it's a hand appreciation, you would say. But yeah, one of the first things that I see in a person is their hands, just because of that. Uh, that's pretty handy. That's such a bad joke. I love it. It's so attractive. Yeah, hands are really attractive. I like collarbones too, but like hands are like one of the most important things in a person, in a man. Well, I don't actually like I don't actually take care that much of my own hands, but I like seeing like other people's hands. You understand my obsessions with hands? Yeah, it's I would say that it's pretty common for artists. Like I know a lot of artists that have the same obsession for hands that I do. So I have had sessions, long sessions of talks with other artists about hands and sharing hands pics. Like instead of saying send me the nudes, would be like send me the hands. I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, half joking. But like really like talking about, for example, Jimin's hands, like how they used to be so small and now they are so manly, and how like Suga's and B's hands are just so handsome and stuff. So yeah, hands are really important, man. But for real, learning how to draw hands gives you a real new appreciation of hands, right? But also drawing in general, it like gives you appreciation of things in general. But my preferences are hands. Like for me, hands are even more important than having abs. Like what? Muscles? Muscles? Abs? Nah. Hands. I see what you're the eyes. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? But yeah, for example, isn't it like for artists pretty? I don't know if it is common, but like you see something that interests you, not in a bad sense, but like that you find, for example, an angle that is interesting, or a perspective that is interesting, or a shape that is interesting, and you feel like observing it, so you can like draw it. And like if you're focusing in some things in the moment, it can be kind of troublesome. For example, if you're drawing boobs, then suddenly you're hyper focusing in boobs in people and stuff. Luckily nowadays I don't go out that much, so I don't look like a weirdo looking at people's boobs and stuff. Maybe that's too much. Is it? You gotta go? Oh, thanks for coming anyways. I hope to see you in a different stream. And have a nice day or night, wherever you are. And eat your meals. This is an interesting conversation. An interesting why? Interesting why? Because of boobs. Like yeah, for example, because I do not safe for work kind of artwork for Patreon and commission sometimes. So I have to look at a lot of references for that kind of stuff, and then like sometimes I get worried that someone will come in and I don't know, see me looking at that, or like go through my pictures and find that. And it's like you can say it's for references purposes, but like who's going to believe you? Like, or they're probably going to believe you, but they're still going to think weird of you. For example, this is really fun. The other day, because like I said, my brother was looking into buying a new iPhone. He had the iPhone 11, I believe, 11 Max or Pro or whatever. Um, and he wanted to get the 12 Max. And he sold his phone before he got the new phone. But he didn't realize that it was sold out everywhere. So he was without a phone for several days. So I borrowed him my old iPhone. I used to have well, I still have it, but I don't use it. I have an iPhone 5C that used to be my main phone until I got the phone that I have right now, which is an iPhone 6s. Um, so he was using my phone for several days, but this dude didn't tell me that he wanted to log out of my uh, iCloud account. So he was connected to my iCloud account, and in those days I happened to be doing a not safe for work commission for a friend, which is one drawing that I did upload recently. I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, but it was a not safe for work commission, and I did had a lot of references. For example, lingerie, like interior clothing, and like kind of provocative poses and stuff with people half naked and also kind of naked people because I have to draw boobs and stuff. And my iPad was kind of with a full of with a lot of those pictures. And then he told me, and then I went to my iPad several days later, and I hadn't deleted those pictures yet because they I forgot. I just finished using them and I just left them there, and that's the reason I have like 10,000 pictures in my iPhone. And I opened my iPad and I suddenly saw random pictures like a dude that I didn't know. Uh, I'm not saying like a handsome dude, like a random, really random dude, like a normal picture from a random dude, and pictures of girls and stuff that I hadn't downloaded myself that were like common pictures. They were not like Instagram models and stuff. They were just like regular people. I was like, did someone hack me? I was really scared because I thought that someone had hacked me. And then I saw a mouse picture, and I was like, oh no, this is my brother. He's using my iCloud account. Um, and he didn't log out. So I did ask him, and he was like, yeah, but they are. It's not from iCloud. It's from WhatsApp, because he hadn't deactivated the option of WhatsApp of not saving the pictures. And I was like, oh, thank God he didn't see the 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 reference pictures that I had on my iPad, that they didn't transfer. And then that night, he came to my room and he said, yeah, I was actually pretty shocked because a new picture had appeared in the gallery, and I hadn't downloaded that picture. And I was like, pretty sure it was me. And I was like, what picture? What did he see? What did he see? I was like, what did he see? I was so worried that he saw those pictures. And then he showed me, and it was not actually the pictures, like the not safe for work pictures. It was actually a reference from Inugami Toge from Jujutsu Kaisen. It was because I had downloaded different pictures from Inugami Toge from Jujutsu Kaisen when I did the fan art like several weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago. And I still had those pictures in my iPad. So luckily for me, the pictures that transfer were all of them before the not safe for work pictures. Like he got Inugami-kun, but he didn't get the bad pictures. I, I was I got pretty scared for a moment. I mean, it's not like that bad that anyone sees it, but it's kind of embarrassing, you know. Like, I have no issues with people seeing my drawings of that, but it's kind of uncomfortable if your family sees, right? Because it's your family. Like, I'm okay with random people knowing, but I'm not okay with my family knowing because it's like, it's your family. It's it's like talking about sex with your family. It's always uncomfortable and like, like cringe. I'm surprised that your current not safe for work hasn't been uploaded to Exenta yet. Well, I'm not that famous, so. Plus, it is only up on Patreon, so someone from Patreon would need to upload it in order for it to be there. Kind of feel like there's something wrong with the eyes. They kind of big, and I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna make the eyes smaller because I think they are a little bit too creepily big. But yeah, it's like, it's different if like people from the internet see it or your friends see it rather than like your family. Like, I can talk about those topics with normal people and not feel shame about it. But when it is my family, it's just like, I don't want to talk about that with my family. Like, dude, no. And it would be even worse if it's my mom. Like, I'm okay about talking a lot of things with my brother, but not about that. Don't worry, dear. People love girl can draw not safe for work more than normal though. Well, like I say, I don't really care if people that know me know that I draw that, and I also don't care if, for example, having those kind of talks. But I don't want to have those kind of talks and having like my family know about it, in the sense of like, just because just because it's embarrassing. Not that it's like exactly bad in my mind. It's just embarrassing. Like, I don't know. It's cringe. It's uncomfortable. Like family is the limit. Like, there's a line there. So yeah. Is it better now? Now I feel like it's too high. Easy though, because the eyebrows are pretty high as well. Now it looks kind of weird. What about now? I think it kind of looks better. Does it? I feel like one eye is bigger than the other. Maybe this one. Is it though? Or is it just because it has like some extra lines? I don't know. Is it better now? You can barely notice it. But I think it looks kind of bigger because like it has one eye has extra lines on the bottom of it, maybe. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Ah, but I need to paint the the lashes, the blondie lashes. Okay, just gonna leave it like that. Oh, but we gotta paint the blush. The blush blush. The blush blush. Yep. I still don't know if I'm going to keep the blush because like he hurt his cheek, so I have to later paint the shadow, like the injury in the cheek, and it's kind of going to be kind of red, so maybe it's going to mix with the blush and won't look good. So I'm gonna decide then if I keep it or not. One of my friends asked me what's NSFW. I said that it means new soft free webtoon. Dude, did did your friend believe you? Did she believe you? Or did she not? Well, it would be like pretty naive if she does. And when I was younger, actually, I was pretty naive as well. There was a lot of like concepts that I didn't know about, and people would tease me a lot about that. So there's a lot of things that I still don't know about. That is like just things that you know for like sayings and stuff that you know by talking to people, but because I don't talk to anyone, basically, I don't know a lot of like popular sayings and way of saying things. I just know things because of the internet. So it wouldn't be like weird for someone not to know what not safe for work is. Oh, this is the last panel. We almost done for today's stream. I was just planning to stream like 1 hour, but I think we went past 1 hour. But we probably haven't hit it yet the 2 hour mark. Probably. But luckily for today is that probably I'm gonna when I stop when I finish the stream, um, it's going to be right in the moment that I'm getting hungry once again. I love that. I really love that because I hate streaming and getting hungry like in the middle of the stream. It's like when I get sleepy middle of this stream because I just like feel too tired. But luckily for me too, that today I haven't felt like that tired at all. Even when I just slept like 4 hours. I wanted to sleep more, but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep at night. Um, I was actually tired. I was tired like around 11, around 12, 11. Uh, like 12 a.m. and 11 p.m. And I was like, but I have to finish the pages that I have to finish today. I mean, I wanted to finish everything yesterday, but like all the lines, but I couldn't. I still have like one page left because I left 2 pages and I did 1 page before starting the stream. So I still have like 3 panels left because the last page is just 3 panels. And yesterday I wanted to finish them all, and I was like, I really want to finish them, or if I didn't finish them, then I wouldn't work past 3 a.m. But the thing is, like, I was tired from like 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., and then past 1 a.m., I wasn't sleepy anymore. And it was like, why? Like, I bet you if I did sleep at 12, I would have been able to middle sleep. But past 1 a.m., I just lose like any tiredness, any sleepiness. I can be tired, but not like sleepy and stuff. Rich Kid School. I has full Apple devices series. Cool Kid. I got a hot girlfriend. Your brother. My sister can draw naked anime characters. Everyone middle. Well, my brother is not in school. My brother is he's actually not even in college. Well, he dropped out of college. He's taking a break, but I don't know if he's going to go back or if he's going to change his career path. He probably doesn't know himself, but yeah. So it's not like he can say that to his friends and stuff. Not that he knows. Well, if he follows me in Instagram, he would know. But like, I don't know if he follows me. I don't follow him. So I wouldn't know if he knows anything about my like profile. What I would hate though is that someone that knows my mom uh goes into my page and sees that and like tells my mom, because even though I have nothing to be ashamed of because I love drawing them, it's like it would be annoying. Like, why would you do that? Just why would you do that? Finished! We done with the page. I gave some dead batteries free of charge. Huh? Huh? Is that a joke or is that a fact? Anyways, how long have we been streaming? 1 hour 30. Oh, so precise. Gonna leave the stream here for today. Gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. Yay, a lot of streams to make up for the for the time that I couldn't stream. Gonna be doing shading tomorrow. Yeah. So probably at the same time because it's Super Week. Wait, no. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. Wait, tomorrow is Sunday. If it's Sunday, I don't know if I can stream tomorrow because tomorrow they arrive to home earlier. Then no, I'm not gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming on Monday. Hopefully. Gonna be shading this same page, but probably have to um start shading the other pages before this one then. So yeah, see you in Monday. I'm gonna shout out my patrons before signing up. Well, if the layouts work, then I'm gonna shout out my patrons. From the Glover tier, Benjamin, Jacqueline, Kevin, Esitani. From the Crow tier, Jessica Saima. From the Blue tier, Adeline, Angelica, Ariana, Ciara, Claude, Esp, Ida, Jacqueline, Jasmine, Kate, Carly, Lisa, Mag, Marcel, Mary, M Team, Brianna, Savannah, Stella, Sydney, Tisha, Pisting, Pixie, from G tier, Bonafide Chat, from Lina tier, Amy, Audrey, Midnight, and from the No Clover tier, Frank and Ayer, which are in the chat. Um, Thank you so much for my patrons that allow me to make comics, I mean webtoons and stuff for a living and streaming and stuff. And remember, if you want to support me in Patreon for the tiers of Lu and above, you can access to my exclusive not safe for work webtoon, which I couldn't upload last month because I got sick. So third episode is coming out this month. And if you cannot support me on Patreon, it's okay. You can support me by subscribing if you enjoyed the content today and the conversations and the time that we spent together. And hit the notification bell so that YouTube hopefully notifies you every time that I go live. And if you want to read the webtoon that I was working on today, the links are in the description below. My webtoon Blank and my webtoon The Soul, and social media is also in the link down below. So thank you everybody for coming today. And well, let me read the chat first. It was fun drawing while listening to you talk. This stream was nice. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the future as well, so that we can hang out and draw together once again. Technically every day is Sunday. Well, not really, because my family has their own routine. So when I don't stream, is because I can't. In the sense that, for example, in Sundays they arrive pretty early. And some days my brother is has a break, and some days people come to the house and I cannot stream because of the noise. So yeah, those days are, or if I am sick, then I cannot stream. So yeah, so even if it feels like Sunday because of quarantine and stuff, it's not actually. Someone tell your mom, oh, hey, I saw your daughter draw a big juicy thing up by Cartoon Girl in YouTube. No, I'm not gonna draw it on YouTube. I cannot draw it on YouTube. I'm gonna get my channel shut down if I draw that on YouTube. But I do post it in well, I do post risky stuff, like spicy kind of stuff in Instagram. Not that often, mostly on stories sometimes when I do promote. But most of the things are on Patreon, so they will need to pay if they want to see the really juicy stuff. Yeah, hope to see you guys in Monday. Hope you guys all have a nice night or evening or day or wherever you are. Don't forget to eat your meals And thanks for coming. See you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hope the ending works.